wish it was day 5 because what we just did could have taken us out of competition, but thank God it didn't. That was a wheelie that went through first gear, second gear. I finally dropped it at the top of second gear about 300 feet out and broke some of the cords in my front tires, but luckily Mickey Thompson is here. They had them in the trailer, so we got new tires on it. The wheels seem fine, the car seems fine, so we just put some rebound in the front end. Hopefully it doesn't do it again, and hopefully we get down because there's 5 gassers. Pretty sure we're dead last for that pass. It was a 10:43. So yeah, it was exciting. We don't need to do it again. Both times on what would be the back bumper if I had a back bumper, but we once again hit the frame rail on the bottom of the racetrack and didn't get down the way we wanted to, and I couldn't even tell you why at this point. We have neutered that engine to the point where that last pass I left the starting line with only 10 degrees of timing in it, and it still went for the moon. So yeah, tomorrow we'll probably put the front end limiters on it and put a bigger blower pulley on it and take even more timing out of it and try to go A to B. I don't know. We're still in, and it's a beautiful day and whatever. You know, I got 2 people riding with me. They can drive. I'll drink. It's going to be great. I'll see you tomorrow.
Guys, Six Smokies is coming up here soon. It's epic. Like Luke actually just told me that we're going past a bunch of spots from 2-lane blacktop where they filmed everything. Over 70 gassers are going to be there. I mean, it's going to be epic, and the best coverage of it is being there. So grab a spectator ticket. Every spectator ticket you buy online gets you an entry or gets you entries to win the Hellcat Durango, my personal Durango. The other is go online, grab some merch, subscribe to Sick the Magazine. The best coverage of Drag Week is going to be in Sick the Magazine. Subscribe now for it so you will get that coverage. The other is that gets you entries for the Durango. We don't sell you the green juice. We don't sell you the alarm systems. Just go grab some stuff because that's what supports us is you buying cool merch, subscribing to the magazine. Hey, coming to the event. Six Smokies coming up here in a couple weeks. We'll see you there.
Day 1 didn't go as planned for Drag Week. Man, we had a motor failure again, and can't quite put our finger on it. So we'll go home and regroup and see what we can do. Man, just can't believe it. We put about 18 runs on that, and it was in the 5s every time, and we just we don't know what the heck's going on, so we're gonna figure it out, right?
It's our goal. We thought we had it figured out.
We thought we did, but you know what? Anyways,
It's racing.
that's racing. We are on our way home, so we'll be back. Thanks to all the fans that come out to see me and the kind words and everything. It was awesome. I just wanted to give you an update. Sorry we didn't make it all week. Hell, we didn't make it one day, but we'll get it figured out and we'll be back, right?
Oh yeah, we'll definitely get it figured out and we will be back.
All right, we're out. See you.
make a test run, thought we were being smart, take it easy on the motor. Knew we were going to be asking a lot out of the old girl, but unfortunately we maybe should have made one. So it ran good today. It got on traction control in the middle of the track, touched the rev limiter for just a second. This is what happens sometimes. So we don't know if the valve seat maybe came loose or if the valve just gave up. You know, asking a lot out of these motors. So we prepare for stuff like this, luckily. So moral of the story, dropped the valve, got one piston. Luckily, cylinder wall looks good, so we don't have to put a sleeve in because that sucks. And lifter bore's got a little add to it, but I think we can handle that. So cylinder head's going to some local machine shop guy. We race against him here. Luckily, we got home field advantage. So we're gonna pull all our cards out, see if we can't get it back together.
Well, you're technically the fastest car here so far.
All them boys they're lining up to get at us. I know they're coming. But yeah, that's a little bit more motivation to get this thing back together too. So I don't want to go home. I don't want to go back to work. So we're gonna stay as long as we can.
Bryant left you yesterday. You were pulling rocks out of your car. What happened?
Went faster than I have before in this car, and the first time I threw the chutes in, they didn't come all the way out. I mean, basically stopped about an 1/8 inch short on both chute levers. The air cylinder was holding it up, so we threw that to the side and could just do everything manually, which I tried to do, but the air cylinder wouldn't let it go that far either. So we're going manual release. Didn't really hurt any structurally or anything. We just had to put some of the front end back together. You know, rivet the braces to the front end. Luckily, this front end is like stupid heavy for being carbon, and it didn't really do that much damage to it. But cosmetic. We'll get a new one and make it pretty again. We went up there, the car took a while to stage. We had the creep set way too slow, and I didn't know any other way to get in without pulling it out and just putting it in both and taking a penalty, and I didn't want to do that. So I got the transmission fluid really hot. Got out about 62 feet, I think, and shook the tires. And so yeah, and I wasn't so sure what I was going to do if I get in it, get back on it, because that's exactly what I did yesterday. Got back on it and went like 228 and then went into the sand. So I had all that shit going on in my mind, and I waited a moment longer to hit it again. And it takes a while to get these turbos to spool back up because they're a little bigger than we should have right at this point. So yeah, so it ended up going to 666 at, I think it was 227 or 8, I think, but it wasn't what we wanted. So we're gonna stick around and make one more hit and see what we do.
you got the leverage to wiggle it. This is drag week, right? I don't know if it's a curse or a challenge. Everything that's set up to be perfect is not perfect. So we had beautiful air. We were up there early, like one of the first 50 cars to go. Track was great. And we had a big spicy tune-up because we would not have the ability to probably make 2 passes today with all these cars here. And it's a long drive tonight. So what we did was we put in a big tune-up. We wanted to get that 590 something. And unfortunately, off the line, we tire shook. And I got out of it and got back in to gather a slip. But right after I regathered, the ring and pinion broke. We have one on board, thank goodness, but we spent the last couple hours now swapping them out. It's all rebuilt. We're good to go, and we're waiting for call to all call now, which means we're rolling through the night to stop number 2. But competition has shuffled quite a bit in here. One of the big heavy hitters fell out with a busted rod, which stinks because I wanted to go neck and neck all week long. A few of the other guys have great numbers up. I think 620 and 660s right now for the couple guys in my class. So we have to make this other pass. I can't turn in an 850 slip. We're not going to be competitive on the average. All right, give me the desired sequence.
Just fire it up, hold trans brake, run in reverse.
So we're going back up. We've turned it down a little bit on the launch. Mid-track though, the boost is coming in. So we're gonna go win the class. We're going to do it. That's what we're here for. Hey, is this thing working? Hey, is this thing working? There I was, mid-track. It went left, it went right. I put my foot further into the pedal. And what happened? Silliness. I'm punch drunk here. It's the end of day 1. We're exhausted. Super happy with our change though, right? We got the rear pinion and swapped it out, so whole new rear end back there. Fluids all refreshed in the back, and the car was excellent. So we put our tune-up in from yesterday with a slower start. Good mid-track. We walked a little bit down the middle, but we'll take that for an opening day A to B tune-up because now we're going to at least improve on it throughout the week. And I know I want the 5 average. It just sets our bar a little bit higher or low, whichever way you're thinking about it. We're going to go quicker. So now we put it into street mode and try to survive to the next track, out to Numidia. Real quick though, street mode for this one, we put an extra oil cooler on. We switched these slicks to a set of treaded radials that are back there, so in case it gets wet, we can drive in the rain. Jay is switching spark plugs right now. We lash the valves because we don't want them too loose on the street when the temperatures come up a lot higher. And interior comforts, we're going to put our little air vents on, we're going to pump up the back hatch, we're going to put up our comms, all that stuff. So it'll take us 90 minutes the first day. We'll get quicker as the week goes on, but we have to get it ready to drive down the road, and then all that junk behind me has to fit inside that little baby trailer or on it and not fall off. So when we're done, we have to carefully pack it because there's no space in there at all. So we're going to go 232.2 miles, which is the longest drive of the week, is day 1 to day 2. After that, we go 150, 151, 155. This is the big one. So this is going to be a big attrition night. Like, we'll see who shows up tomorrow morning.
I'm Josh Nemes. I'm from Hamburg, Pennsylvania, and brought this wonderful pile right here. It's a Bradley GT, which is a 1968 Beetle chassis with a fiberglass body on top. And most of them are air-cooled Beetle engines. This one in particular has an NA swap 2.5 liter Subaru engine, making stock Subaru power numbers, but in this thing it's good enough for mid-13s. I had the car about 3 years ago, and when I got it, it did have the air-cooled engine and it didn't run very well. So I figured, what's the easiest and cheapest way to get a whole lot more power into this thing? And that was basically run to a junkyard, grab an engine for like 300 bucks and do a conversion. And it's super easy to do that conversion. It's still running the Volkswagen transaxle, so it's literally just an engine bolted to the rest of the Beetle chassis. And I've always followed the drag and drive for years and years, and I was like, I gotta get in this thing. And this was the first year I was like, I got this thing, let's make it happen.
You have no trailer, you have no room. Are you driving on slicks? What are you doing?
No, I do have extra tires. I made brackets that kind of go through here, and they're gonna hold my drag tires as I'm driving on the street. I'm not that crazy. But no trailer. There's really no framework in the back to mount any kind of a trailer hitch. So everything I've got has got to fit in the back of this thing, which there's not a lot of room, but actually there's a surprising amount of room. So I got plenty of stuff, and fortunately with a car this simple, I can work on everything with just basic hand tools, and that's all I have with me.
we're going back together now, so we're on the right side of this path. Luckily, got all these nice guys helping us out here. So, but yeah, we got local machine shop fixed our head up for us, and we had enough pistons and rods and bearings to put everything else back together. So, hopefully, we'll maybe the next maybe hour and a half, we'll be on the road. So, we did everything else we could while we were waiting for them, but everything looks good, so we're happy. Luckily didn't tear a sleeve up because we didn't want to put a sleeve in it. So.
Well, this morning when we were staging the car in the lane next to me, he went in, like when he rolled in to light up his second bulb, I was on the two-step, and he lit up he didn't get his second bulb lit up, and I was on the two-step, I let off, and then he rolled back in and his second bulbs lit up, and then they turned back off again, and then he bumped through. Well, that whole time when all that was going on, I was just building heat in the transmission like crazy. So we wound up burning up a couple hoses that go to our external dump valve into our lockup valve on the transmission. So we had to, in order to get to those though, because it's a street car, the transmission tunnel's real small and all that stuff there's no room, so we had to drop the transmission. The guys here from Miller took me into GTI to a place that makes hydraulic lines. We got the hydraulic lines made. They brought me back here, and we got the new hydraulic lines on, so we're finishing that up, and we'll be at the track tomorrow.
Well, we have this nagging pushrod rocker problem that we thought we had remedied, but unfortunately is showing its face again. Number 8 exhaust over there. Yeah. So we're going to pull the intake manifold off, and we're going to put in our other set of lifters that is notched and will allow more oil to go up into the rocker arm. It's just the way this block oils, so we thought we fixed it. We put some pressure fed lines in the valley, but it apparently is not enough. So we have to we got to fix this thing. So it's part of the deal. That's partly what you sign up for in these things. You know, this is it's a lot of work, it's a lot of fun, but it's sometimes I wonder why we do it. You know, but we're gonna keep digging. We started it, we're gonna finish it. So it's the best we can.